This video is a small section from our Sound Operators training course. The course covers all aspects of sound operation in an audio-video format. Learn more about our training materials in the training section on our website, www.alectrosystems.com. This video provides an introduction to musical instrument miking and connection techniques. Learn all about this and many other subjects in our Sound Operators training course. Get the details in the training section of our website, www.alectrosystems.com. Now we'll talk about musical instruments. The following section explains how to mic acoustic musical instruments. They also cover miking and direct connection of electrical musical instruments. It's usually a good idea to feed all your instruments through the mixer, even if they are using an amplifier. This way you have better control over the complete mix. For example, if someone is using a guitar amplifier which is not connected to the sound system, you have no way of balancing their instrument with the rest of the sound. By connecting it to the mixer, you can balance it for both live and recording. They can still use their amplifier as a local monitor for themselves if they desire. An important thing to keep in mind when miking any instrument is this. Usually the instrument is on the stage or platform behind the main speakers. When you're standing behind the speakers, all you hear is bass. No matter how good your speakers are, they will always sound muddy from behind. When you are experimenting with microphone locations, make sure you listen to the results from in front of the main speakers. Otherwise, you have no idea what it really sounds like. There are many different ways to mic an acoustic piano for recording. Assuming you are using high-quality, low-proximity effect microphones, a number of these methods will work quite well. When it comes to live sound reinforcement, however, you're much more limited to your approach. There are two major differences between recording and live sound. When recording, you're not feeding the sound through speakers, therefore you don't need to consider feedback. Also, when recording, the only sound in the room should be the piano, so you don't need to worry about the piano mic picking up unwanted sound. For all piano miking, you need to use a low proximity effect microphone. This way you'll get the most even and natural sound from the piano. Miking a drum kit is a bit more difficult. Getting good results is hard work. As a minimum microphone setup, we recommend positioning two low proximity effect microphones about 32 to 48 inches above the drummer's head. A C1000S or a C535 will work well for this. You could leave it at that, or if your budget permits, you can use this overhead pair for the cymbals only, and you could cut out frequencies below 1 kHz on your EQ on the mixer. And you can mic the various drums individually, as shown on the following slides. Electronic keyboards are equipped with audio outputs. One is usually called left mono and the other right. These outputs are line level unbalanced as opposed to mic level balanced. Therefore, you cannot plug them directly into a mic input on your mixer. If the mixer is close to the keyboard within 15 to 20 feet, you could plug it directly into the line input on the mixer. Depending on the amount of electrical interference in your building, you might be able to run farther as unbalanced line level, possibly through a snake. Another more common way to connect the keyboard is to convert the output to a mic level balanced signal. This way you can plug it directly into a microphone jack. This can be accomplished using a direct interface, or commonly called DI box. They're available in active, with built-in electronics, and passive, transformer. To use the DI box, you will need a 1/4-inch phone cable to connect the keyboard to the box input, and an XLR-type microphone cable to connect from the box output to your microphone jack. If your sound system is wired for mono, you will only need one set connected to the left mono output on the keyboard. If you have a stereo sound system, you will need two sets to connect both the left and right outputs. Electro Systems also makes a DI cable. This performs the same function as the passive DI box, plus the two cables all in one unit. It is a 25-foot balanced microphone cable with a 1/4-inch phone connector on the instrument end. This connector has a built-in line balancing transformer. A passive DI box will usually do the job very nicely. If you find you get a hum when you connect the keyboard to the mic jack, you have created a ground loop. In this case, it can usually be eliminated by switching the ground lift switch on the DI box. If you're connecting an instrument with very low bass, such as an organ with foot pedals or a bass guitar, you might want to use an active DI box. This will give you better low-frequency response. Although you can plug an electric guitar or bass into your mixer exactly the same way as the keyboard, you might want to still use a guitar amplifier at the front as well. This way the guitarist can keep it turned down low and use it as a monitor while the sound operator can blend it in with the other instruments through the mixer. There are a couple of ways you can do this. One way is to use your DI box. Most DI boxes have two 1/4-inch phone jacks plus the XLR mic jack. You can use the second phone jack to feed from the box into the amplifier while still using the XLR jack to feed to the mixer. Learn more about miking and interconnection techniques for all instruments with our Sound Operators training course. Get the details in the training section of our website, www.electrosystems.com.